Hey, what's up? So, this is an update video about my sobriety. So, I quit smoking weed in November of 2024. It is now February, and so it's been about 3 months. I think with any journey, it's important to question it. And it's like I do find myself questioning this sobriety. And so I just thought I would share kind of what I've gone through. And it's like, when I think about it, it's like, is my life any better being completely sober? And the honest answer is no, it's not. It's just not any worse. For myself, it's one less thing that causes a problem in my life. It's one less catalyst that leads to other behaviors which I don't enjoy or appreciate or need, that aren't helping me to get to the next stage of my life. Do I miss it? I don't know, not really. I mean, I still go to like gatherings, go to parties and stuff like that with my friends, and everybody's drinking and smoking weed. And I just don't, it's there, but it's like, I just don't see how how getting high would contribute anything to where I'm at and what I'm doing, and that includes just being at a party. It's just like, how could I possibly benefit from being intoxicated in any way, or like to have my kind of perception shifted to have this sort of and so I just don't, because I just like I said, I just don't see how it would help anything. And it's a slippery slope too. I know that many times in my life I've walked down that path and went tumbling down that path and fell for a while until hitting rock bottom and reaching a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, just the act of smoking things, like putting burning plants to your lips, or even if you're vaping it or whatever, or like in like sort of a vaporizer type thing. I mean, it's still, I don't know. I mean, it's tricky to know. Yeah, anyways. So, yeah, I guess that's just how I feel about it now. I mean, I guess I just wanted to talk to somebody about it. Because I don't really know anybody else who cares. But it is interesting to go through feelings with this stuff, and just like, I honestly don't know what to do about it, and I don't know if I would ever start smoking weed again, or if I would want to, because it's just like, why, and what would I get out of it? I mean, I quit a lot to do with the fact that becoming a yoga teacher, it's like, if I'm high out in public or something like that and somebody sees me and wants to talk to me, it just seems very inappropriate as a person who sort of stands for something else other than indulgence and whatnot, and hedonism, which kind of getting high and the things that come as a result of getting high. It doesn't really, they don't really seem to be to make too much sense. So, and also, I mean, it caused problems in my life, and I can't say it did, because at the end of the day, it was always my choice to get high. And I mean, and I did have a lot of good times. I had lots of good laughs, hanging out with buddies and things like that, and just enjoying those substances, right? Just like drinking too. I've never been much of a drinker, but I mean, I've certainly had lots of good times drinking. But and I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just making this video for anybody who I know other people who are sober. Some people, I know a guy who it was alcohol with him, and he quit weed as well because it wasn't helping. And he really struggled with it, like he seemed like such a different person when he wasn't, like he went really downhill, where he was like in a bad place with the alcohol, and then now that he's sober, he's kind of grumpy, right? And I don't think, I haven't turned into a grumpy person. I haven't turned into a non-fun person. I still enjoy myself and my life. I just don't have this thing that I devote some of my spare time to, that influences my behavior. It certainly doesn't detract from other things that I'm doing, because I remember I would get high and then I wouldn't want to do certain things. And so that's no longer a factor. But to be honest, it's not like it fixes everything. There's still things that I procrastinate on. There's still things that I avoid doing. There's still things that I have all of the same issues that I did when I was getting high all the time. All of my problems still exist. It's helped to clean up certain aspects of my life for sure, because I have more of my time and I'm clearer most of the time, right? But I mean, like I said, it hasn't, it certainly hasn't changed everything, right? I mean, and so it's a tricky one. I don't know where to be with it. All I know is that at the moment, I'm going to stick with sobriety, because I am just at a point in my life where I need to put everything I have into the things that I'm doing, and to have, something like weed, which does have the power to essentially jeopardize, it's me, but me using or abusing that drug has the capacity to jeopardize some of the things that I'm doing, because I'll start slipping. I mean, because maybe I won't feel like practicing my piano, and then I will get discouraged because when I show up on Saturday, I haven't learned enough, and it becomes obvious, and then I might cancel my lessons or something like that. Or life is hard enough as it is right now. All of the things that I'm trying to accomplish and just to do it, I find that I get overwhelmed as is, and I think that that's where the want to smoke weed comes from, is to escape. Because if I was high, then I can just kind of forget about all those things for a little bit of time and figure it's like, okay, I'll just take the afternoon off, and then I'll just relax, and then I'll wake up fresh in the morning. But it's never like that. It was never like that. It was always wake up late in the morning and tired. Sometimes you would wake up feeling good. And see, this is the issue, is that I've had plenty of experiences where when I haven't smoked weed for a long time, and then I have just the tiniest little bit, it's just like a little difference in life, like a tiny little break. Like, as long as it's not being abused, it's not an issue. And I would hang out with my buddies, and then because I'm already myself, but then it's like I have a break from myself, but then I'm in a bit of an elevated state. I am a lot more energetic and funny, and so what I bring to the table is actually quite enjoyable for myself and for others. And the problem was always is just if that one time taking a single puff and then just, like walking away and no more, if that one puff turned into 2 puffs, turned into 3 puffs, turned into 2 days, turned into 3 days, turned into a week, turned into wake and bake, like getting up in the morning and smoking weed, and on and on and on. And that's when it would be a problem. And I also have noticed that there was times when I would stop smoking weed for a long period of time, and then I would smoke a little bit of weed, and I could have a really enjoyable evening. And then when I wake up in the morning, I feel really good. I feel refreshed. It's tricky because I've seen both sides. I've seen the benefits to working with certain plant medicines and having a healthy relationship with them. And I've also seen my own dark side where I don't respect that medicine, and I end up just kind of using it as a whatever it is that I'm using it for, but certainly not as medicine at that point. It becomes more like drug abuse. So yeah, I don't know. Saying all this stuff just makes me want to go smoke some weed, right? But I mean, yeah, it's a tricky one. All I'm saying is I think about it all the time. I wouldn't say it's a battle. I don't know if I battle with it every day. It's more in the times when I'm alone because, say like on the weekend, I have the day off. And so it's one thing when you're at work and you're busy and you're in a schedule and you're in a routine, and then it's like, okay, I got to do this. I got to go teach yoga. Well, but then all of a sudden you have a bunch of days off and you have all this time, and it's like, then it's in those times when you really need to apply yourself, where you need to focus, where you need to prioritize the things that you're doing, that you're working on, so that you can, get ahead in the things that you're working on. So. Yeah, I don't know, but that's been my experience so far, and I hope it helps somebody. I don't know if it helps me, but it helps for me to talk about it, so thank you for listening.